What is going on, guys? We are back with another video on the channel, and we're doing another rebuild, this time of the Green Bay Packers. But of course, we already did that recently. We got to do something new. Yeah, not really new, but we're going to do a fantasy draft. It's been a while. I'm going to need to do a updated fantasy draft guide whenever, of course, the latest rosters come out. Like, do we do a Week 17 roster, or do we just wait till after the Super Bowl? I don't know. That's a bit extra time. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Also, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I don't know. I haven't done one of these in a while. All the players are different overalls, different developments. I expect us to do poorly, but let's just see. Let's just see. We're gonna have, of course, this is a fantasy style, so we get to do trades and all that. Nick Bosa goes 13, 14-ish. You do have Khalil Mack, Russell Wilson. I think we might go Russell Wilson. Do you have Andrew Luck, which I'll allow him to be in this, I suppose. But yeah, that's all I can say is but. Just but. Russell Wilson, 30 years old. It's a little bit on the older side for a fella. Do you have Andrew Luck? Andrew Luck usually does kill it. I think it's going to be between Russell and Andrew. I mean, it's so hard for me not to go for like Tyreek Hill or something, but I think, we normally wouldn't do it, but I'm going to go, no. We're going to go with Russell Wilson out the gate. I mean, I like it. I like the decision here. You reached? Your mama reached. Did we actually reach? Does he really go number 64? Oh, God, our pick's already up. Now, I wish you could see the previous picks the way, you used to. It would have been so much better. Wait, we're the Packers, so how much do we have to pay Russell? Oh my God, that's cheese. 5 years, 60 mil for a QB. Yeah, it's definitely worth going for a QB in this. Where's our pick? So Russell, after that is Kittle, Jamal, Mack, Juju Smith, forgot about him. Luke Kuechly, DeMarcus Lawrence. Do you have Deshaun Watson? It makes sense. Deshaun Watson's younger, he could develop, but I want a guy that's just going to compete. Yeah, I don't think we reach, because if Andrew Luck went there, he's only 1 year younger, and he's like 5 over. Yeah, we didn't reach in this stupid game. Stupid. If Danielle Hunter was still there, I would take him. Let's take a look. Do we just go with a wide receiver? I mean, I think offense is the most important thing. Julio Jones is a little bit too old for me. Oh, Tyreek's still there, though. Nick Chubb. How high? He's a 93 overall now. Wow. Myles Garrett's only a star development, so we could probably just trade for him after like year 1 or 2. Some of these overalls are looking a little brutal. Do we just go with Tyreek Hill? I think we're going to go with Tyreek Hill and just hope he develops. Tyreek it is. How far did we reach this time? Oh, no, we reached. Get out of here. Come on. Myles Garrett is still there. Okay, now that's a hard player to pass up on. I think pass rush is one of our next choices, though, if not a cornerback. So unless there's a corner, Marshawn Lattimore. He's only star himself, though. Pass rusher is very hard to get. But at the same time, I've had it where pass rush really hasn't mattered lately. Nah, we got to go. Myles Garrett is easily the best available. If he had a better development, I think he would have went by now, but he doesn't. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. You do have Minkah Fitzpatrick, who could definitely play a mean cornerback. I think Minkah could be the move, especially if they gave him Superstar, which they might have. Damn it, they didn't. He's a really good-looking corner, though. I have no idea what pick he goes, but I'm just going to take him as a cornerback. Yeah, I mean, it says 121, so, I mean, I think it was pretty fair. I've seen Marcus Williams go, so can't be too crazy off. You have Justin Reed now. Of course, in the future, I might want to do a simulated one where, obviously we don't have the choice of going for these young players at all times. But for now, we're not going to do that. We don't care. So it's round 5, just, for future reference. What kind of QBs are we looking at? So you got not a whole lot of great QBs. You got a hidden Kyler Murray, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't even know if Marcus... Why does Marcus have star when Jameis has normal? At least one of them still starts on their team. Let's go with the middle linebacker, Roquan Smith. Can't really go wrong with him. Super young. Got a lot of potential. Jalen Smith just went, so couldn't have been too far off. Miles Jack is still there, so we could land both of them. If Tyron was 26, I'd go for him, but 27, that's a little close. That's cutting it a little close for my liking. Damn, Todd's all the way down to an 87 overall. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Is Josh Superstar? I have no idea. Screw it, let's get another linebacker. Miles Jack it is. Probably overpaying linebackers at this point, but yeah, it is what it is. Question is, how many linemen have gone? If there's some linemen going right now, we might have to take some. I know the tackles are probably thinning out nicely, unfortunately. Kyler Murray, that's a huge steal for them. Terry McLaurin, that was another player I had on my list. Maybe should have went with him. But we already have our number 1, and that's the main importance. Jalen Smith, Miles Jack. I mean, nothing really insane yet, but I would say this is, the next big step, big sim here. This is so hard because Za'Darius is still there, but if he doesn't go up in development, he's only going to last maybe 3 to 4 years. But if he does go up in development, you're looking at a long-term starter. We're going to take DK Metcalf now. How far do we reach? Yeah, said about 90 picks, but wide receiver goes a lot higher than the most players, so it is what it is. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. We're going to take my dude, Ali Marpet. I don't know when he goes. Normally, I'd say he was around like a pick 11-ish. We took him around 8 or 9. Maybe reached a little hard, but it's fine. And you know what? I don't want to do it, though. We can't, We're running a 4-3 if it wasn't obvious. I mean, we kind of always do. Go for another lineman. Let's go for Shaq Mason. I mean, it seems like the draft is filled out more. Like, normally we'd be around 10, and I'm like, oh, all the good players are gone. Damn, Sidney Jones went? Wow. I'd say left out's gone. Yeah, so finally Za'Darius goes. Not that I'm happy about it. I would have maybe taken him here, especially after seeing how bad... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, he's still there. Thank God. So Jabril Peppers is still there. That was going to be my... Ooh, he's a little bit lower than I thought. Seen a couple of the safeties go already, so we're going to take Jabril Peppers here in the 10th round, I believe. It's pretty fun. I like building this team. It's nice. And we missed out on some tight ends, didn't we? Nice. DT's really thinning out here, which I'm a little shocked by. Might go with a guy like Leonard or a guy like Jonathan Allen. You do have Montez Sweat. Of course, he is a normal development, but for whatever reason, he just goes up in development quite a bit for me. So I might just take the risk. I'm not sure. Yeah, screw it. We're going to go with Jonathan Allen here. 24 years old. Power move's decent. Block shed's decent. Strength is good. Decently fast. Could play DT for us. So I'm pretty happy with that. Good pick, of course. Good steal. Ooh, Irv Smith is normal. This is who I was going to wait out on. Yikes. Yeah, they definitely just forget about players because, how are you going to give a rookie tight end normal while you have guys that have actually been in the league for a few years and they just suck? How are you going to be so harsh on them? Ooh, Noah Fant, though. I'm going to go with Frank Ragnow. 23 years old, center, decent. So we have, 3 or 4 linemen now? Ooh, a little bit of a steal. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson moved up to hidden instead of being the normal self that he started the year with. We're going to go with Deshaun Hand as our other defensive tackle. And we still need a pass rusher on the outside. We do need a middle linebacker too, but I'm not too worried about, having, well, maybe not a middle, but I'm not too worried about having too many linebackers. As long as you got an okay amount. Jordan Lewis, is there any guys with development at this point in time? Probably not, right? Kevin King and Josh Jackson. 2 very low overall corners, though. Is that really the only guys that are left with dev? Jesus. It's just the top 3. Wow, that's rough. Chark is still there, though. I don't need another wide receiver. I don't think we need 3, but this is such hard value to pass on. Screw it. Let's take Chark. Super young. Got a lot of potential. Let's take DJ Chark. I'm surprised he's still there. Steal and a half in fantasies. Jesus. I'm going to go with Will Hernandez now. I'm needing just one final lineman, so probably just going to let that slide. Let, some random offensive lineman save our pick for that. Ooh, we're down a few names. We're down to Matt Breida. Who else? Ito Smith. Maybe Ronald Jones. Nah, I think we're going to take a good running back. We're going to take Mr. Matthew Breida. It's worth it. I like Matt Breida a ton. 6 years, on the team is going to be good enough. Almost had a stroke, sorry. Enough messing around. Let's go with Noah Fant, the 21-year-old with star development. I think Nyondo was recently taken, which is fine. Yeah, it's not like we were fiending for him. We're going to go with Levi Wallace now as our number 2 corner. Number 2 to Minka Fitzpatrick. What did we draft in the DBs? So we have Jabril Chauncey. So Chauncey will start. Minka will start a corner. Jabril might just move to free. I don't think we really need him at cornerback that much. We'll see, though. Obviously, Russell Wilson, Matt Breida, Tyreek Hill, Chark, and Metcalf. We got Metcalf back for him. Tight end Noah Fant. We got some fast, talented players. We have 4 offensive linemen that look pretty good. Deshaun Hand and Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen could play left end instead, but we'll see. Got 2 really good linebackers, but obviously we're going to need another one at some point. We did really well. I mean, this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be for going in blind this this late after the season started. Alakun, my man, the speedster, playing the outside linebacker spot. I like it. Let's go with Jordan Lewis now, 24 years old. Normal, but still usable. And we do see the man Tucker, the man they call Tucker, gone, which really sucks. Aldrich Rosas is pretty damn good himself, though, but he's not the best. Prater is better than him alone. Will Lutz. What about punter? See the best of the best from both go. We definitely need to take someone here, though. Just go with Rosas. And we're going to go with Michael Dixon to finish our special teamers. We get Ito Smith as a backup, so this is a pretty damn good roster, I can't lie. And there still might be a few steals we can land. We're going to go with Christian Wilkins to play DT, because we're going to have one of whoever the fastest is of Hand and Jonathan Allen play the end spot, just because we're kind of in a bad spot. McCole Hardman, my guy. Irv Smith Jr. is going to play with backup. We may have reached for Noah Fant, but you can't really put a price on development, so he could have went way before the tight ends that are sitting there now. It's just, obviously we couldn't tell. I forgot, speaking of forgetting things, I definitely forgot about the DBs. Our man Amani Hooker, going to put him as a backup, of course. We're going to go with Hines for the trade bait. Might play backup, but if Ronald Jones is there, we're going to grab him as well. Like, how far do we want to cheese this is the question. Because obviously we could go with tons of these, running backs with lots of potential and probably get at least, every 2 running backs get a first round. How far are we willing to cheese the system? We need a fullback, Patrick Ricard or Richard. Probably the best you're going to get for the most part because he's pretty young. Going to go with N'Keal Harry. Doesn't really have a whole lot of potential for us in a rebuild, but, you just want a young long-term receiver if you can get him, and that's what we did. We're going to get Taywan Taylor. So now our offensive line is finished. Offensive line is finished if he starts at right tackle, I'll tell you that. Why did they reach so hard for Pirine? There's so many better players, and they were like, nah, we want Pirine, Nate. Who do you think this is? We're going to go with Miles Sanders, and we're going to go with Tony Pollard. We're gonna cheese it. Screw it. We're going to cheese it. Greg Stroman, number 3 corner, probably. Yeah, it's nothing special. Don't need anything crazy. Paris Campbell is going to be wide receiver number 6, and that is about it. I think from now on, we're just going to take a few players and then let the AI draft. All right, so we finished the draft. Team's looking all right. We're an 82 overall, apparently. Obviously, we haven't changed everything around, but let's fill the roster, fix it up, and then trade whatever extras we have. Trade Miles Sanders, Ronald Jones, and a 4th-round pick for the Cardinals' 1st-round pick. I don't know if they're good or not. It's just they had the most interest in gaining a running back. How in the world did they get this team? McCaffrey, Mahomes, and Julio. I mean, obviously, outside of that, the talent drops tremendously, but Jesus. Sam Darnold, they got some options, got some weapons there, but I'm okay with that. I'll take their first. Trade Pollard, Ingold, and a 3rd-round pick for what? For the 1st-round pick from the Redskins. We'll do that right now. Justice Hill, N'Keal Harry, and a 5th round for the Titans' 1st round next year. We have quite a few draft picks. 44 spots out of 53, so it won't cost us too much to fill those positions either. So we have Arizona, Washington, our own 2nd round, 2 1st rounds next year. Of course, our 1st-round pick, we're projecting to play well, to be technically bad, but at the same time, in these fantasies, it almost always seems to never go our way. Let's fix this roster up, get some players backed up, and see what actual overall we are. So here's the starting roster for our fantasy team. I mean, this is looking really good. I think average is maybe 80, 81. We'll actually have to take a look before we start. But a lot of guys with star or better. Well, only one with better than star, but guys with a lot of potential. Tyreek Hill could be superstar in the X Factor by the end of the year or 2. Metcalf, I don't know if that's the same case, but definitely lots of talent on this roster. And, of course, defensively, got a lot of talent there, too. Cornerback, we'll probably need to draft. Same with DT, maybe even linebacker. But overall, this team has a ceiling higher than a tall ceiling, I guess. So, I don't remember who the breakout players are because I took a day to record another time. But I do have the Packers post-Vikings win live comm here, which is awesome. Minka Fitzpatrick had a pretty quiet... Damn it! So one was Minka. That would have been huge. And the other one, those were huge names. Come on. We also did have DK Metcalf. Let's take a look. Damn it! Come on! Matt Speeda. Am I right? It'd be really nice to get a speed upgrade for Ronald, who's slower than Breida, technically. All right, heads to the playoffs. Can't lie. I'm a little disappointed. Definitely a little bit of disappointed with the fact that we kept our own draft pick 13. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I mean, with the division's going 10-6, I could have easily looked really stupid there, but I didn't because this team was good. Could have won against the Lions. It doesn't matter. Giants. This team could have been perfect, man. Cowboys are, oh yeah, I forgot. It's a fantasy. What am I talking about? Never mind. Completely out the window. Let's take a look at this this season. Ooh, Rustler. Potential MVP year. Almost 4,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, 9 picks. Matt Breida. Is it enough for dev up? I don't know. Great yards, but touchdowns are lacking. Russell, I think I would very well believe in a MVP year. Tyreek, please go to Superstar. That would be very huge. That's what she said. Of course, not for me, ever. Really good season for Myles Garrett. Could go up to Superstar, which would be beautiful. Roquan with 4 picks, 118 tackles. That would be pretty close. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be. And then Aldrick. Do we make a good choice waiting? Oh, we did. 10 for 11. That's great. Let's take a look at the difference between him and Tuck. Justin Tucker. It's not his name. I'm sorry. Oh, there was a lot of decent guys. Is it just our kickers that suck? Nah, Tucker missed 5. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I simmed and we're going against the Rams, but I completely forgot to look at the awards. Russell Wilson with the MVP. Andrew Luck back to the Colts, wins his award. Mahomes on the Bears. If there's any Bears fans sitting here, just a Matt, it was so close. I'm sorry, okay? I'm just a little sorry. For you, of course, not for myself. I mean, the Packers. I'm being rude. I'm just being rude. Tyreek Hill at number 3. That's a Pro Bowl spot. Offensive line, Marpet and Shaq Mason with Ragnar and Hernandez on the list as well. That's beautiful. Myles Garrett, really, all the way down at 6? That seems pretty wild. Defensive back, no. Kicker, number 2. All right, so very, very good season. We're already an 87 overall with like 3 first-round picks. We could trade all those away. I wouldn't care. Russell, is he maxed? I was about to say, there's no way he's maxed, but for a second there, I kind of believed he was. Russell Wilson with a +2 to medium. I don't know if that really matters. Defensively, any upgrades? No, but that's because we already used them all. Oh, well, I'm blind. Sucks to be blind, doesn't it? 87 overall against their 83 overall. They've got some X factors. We only have one single X factor, but I would say that could change, but I don't think we have a single superstar either. I think it's literally just... I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it's just one X factor and the rest star. But obviously, one dev up and boom. I honestly believe in a Super Bowl year 1. I just do. All right, so they start off with 3. We bounce back with 3 ourselves. Offense 10-3. This is the reason why I wanted Russell Wilson. There's just some QBs that just get the job done. And that's what I wanted. I don't want to risk it with some young guy. I just want a QB that I know just will get it done when I need him to. I mean, look at this drive. That's just a clutch drive from Russell Wilson. I love this man. You know how rare it is for us to have a great QB with one great receiver? What do you think I am, rebuilding the Chiefs out here? I don't think so. If I one great receiver, I mean many, if you're the Chiefs, of course. They've got a lot of them. Greg Zerline, unfortunate for you. Rosas with a perfect game. Already on to the championship game. Who is it going to be? It's going to be a familiar face just because of their team name, or is it actually going to be a team good for the right reasons? Right reasons being that they drafted well, of course. Jabril, making his way up as a potential corner. The Panthers, I have no idea. Let's see. It's a championship game. Let's take a look at what their roster looks like. Just a quick glance. Quarterback is Kyler Murray, all right? Ironically enough, when I was thinking of, wow, is Nick Chubb actually a superstar out the gate? Holy crap. Jesus. All right, interesting. Great receivers. Decent tight end for a year, but they do have Mike Gesicki as a backup. Offensive line struggling a little bit outside of guard. It's a decent team, but I don't think it compares. I really don't. This is probably an 82 overall roster. It's an 84. I'm wrong. Nice. Well, you know who the opponent is. The Colts. I mean, I guess we technically don't know who the opponent is because it's a fantasy. I have zero clue who the opponent is. I just know the team name. 7-0. Not bad. Defense makes its plays. Offense struggles. Defense makes its plays again. Really good score before half. We stopped them. Start of the second half. Looking really good. 17-7. Get a touchdown. Oh, you got to get a touchdown there. There you go. Super Bowl just like that. Oh, that's beautiful. Real life Packers going to do the same. Hopefully. I actually had, before the Vikings-Packers game, I had almost no faith. Absolutely no faith. I was saying, if we lose by a lot, I don't see this team making it. But obviously, you have to watch them regardless. But now, with the defense playing the best game of football in not in Green Bay, but, from Green Bay in probably 5 to 10 years. And an offense that didn't look great, as per usual. However, you take away the mistakes, the fumbles, even though some of the throws were a little behind, you take away some of the drops. It was an offense that would have put up at least 20-plus on its own without help from the defense. So, it's an offense that still has just enough talent, I think. Acceleration and agility. What a damn upgrade. Holy crap. But yeah, I think it's a talented team. I really do. I just think offense has just got to do what works and not what identity they're trying to face. Colts, of course, we know this. Let's take a look at the development ups. We might see one from Miles. Might see one from Tyreek if we're lucky. Yes, there we go. That's a huge one. So Tyreek Hill, he goes up to Superstar. He has in and out elite and streak specialist, which is just unfair for him. Actually, he starts pretty high overall, doesn't he? He starts as like a 95, I think. Damn, he's quite good. Quite good. Some of the sliders might be a little high here. I'm not sure why they're going. Well, I guess, these, Chark start as an 82. He's 22 years old, so that's going to happen. We do see a dev up from Jabril Peppers, which is just amazing. That's crazy good. Superstar with Unfakeable. Roquan did not go up. Unfortunately, Myles Garrett did not go up. None of the corners went up. But yeah, those are some pretty big upgrades. I will definitely take that. Breida would have been a nice sneaky one, but I don't think he deserved it. Ooh. I gotta take a look at this. Are you for real? You got Von Miller and J.J. Watt. Perry on the outside, which isn't great, but damn, son. How do you stop? Oh, wow, the right tackle should get destroyed. That right tackle. They don't have a great team, and the team, it's not going to last a whole, I don't know. It's not going to last that long, but it's not a bad team. Adoree Jackson, a couple of young players, but Jason McCourty, that's a bit of a high pick. It's not a bad team at all. It's just that pass rush, that's brutal. Andrew Luck and that pass rush, those are the guys you got to worry about, which is ironically the 3 they show. All right, here we go. You know the drill. You know the goal. 3 points for each team. They score 7. Defense doing decently. Offense gets its points. Defense, man, doing well. It's what we believe in. Just like real life, it's what we believe in. 20 to 10. Get 3. That's huge. 23 to 13. It's a close one, and I think we just won the Super Bowl. What a valiant effort by the Colts. But the Packers, with first-year head coach Matt LaFleur, have won the Super Bowl. You knew there was something special with this roster. It was so good out the gate. Normally we have a lot of youth, a lot of upside. This time we had a lot of youth and upside with starting talent. We went for some of the guys that have lesser dev but are still really good players, like Tyreek Hill with Superstar or X Factor would be, a top 10, top 15 pick. But since he had Star, the game's like, I don't believe in him. Guess what? He's a Superstar now. Then you got Russell Wilson, the biggest piece of them all. If we would have chose someone else, we'd have been screwed. A game manager-esque game, but still really freaking good, accurate. Game manager is a completely different word nowadays because game manager is anywhere from like 200 to 300 yards and less than 3 touchdowns. It's not the same as it used to be. Game manager nowadays is actually a decent word, I would say, because it just means you don't turn the ball over and you do what it takes to win. You put the team before yourself. And that's why I can't call Rodgers the game manager, because if he did, he would take more chances. But, yeah, nice. I guess we'll do 2 more years. It could be 3 straight. It really could be. Of course, free agency is going to suck ball sackage, but it's fine. Sucking ball sacks aren't, it's not the worst profession. Ask your ma. I should be in a good mood. I should be in a really good mood, but, I just got to throw the insults. Whoever's ma that is, whoever replies to, I'm sorry. No one cares, Taylor. We're sick of it. Sucking ass. Of course, it's the re-sign period. Who the hell do we have to re-sign? Nobody. Nick Barton, I suppose. Paris Campbell is actually a free agent candidate here. I don't think we could really pay any of these guys because we're going to have to pay a ton of contracts out once it's near the end. To be fair, we're not even playing until then, so what do we... Nah, we don't need one. I was going to, but nah, we can't do it. We just can't. Screw it, we're buying Campbell back into the system. I'm not even joking. I literally did not want to make it sound like that in the slightest. But I tried to fix when I said bye. Like, I was going to be, like, into the scheme, and then I just said, we have signed him to a contract to play for our football team, in which he could leave at any time he so chooses. So we went about as cheese as you possibly could. You want to see some cheese? I have never done this something this cheese in a franchise before. This is next level. I mean, this is beyond belief. Especially for a guy I respect so much. Boom shakalaka. God damn. Do you see that? Oh. How is that legal? How is it legal? Let's put him at number 20. I want him at 27. Can't do it, though. Number 20. All right, time to find out what pick picks we have. We have our own, obviously, pick 32. Yikes. Oh, well, look at here. Pick number 1. Now, we have a couple of corners, and I really don't know which ones, Houston. If this was really Houston's offer, I would just not answer any calls from them for the rest of the year. They could troll me and say, we'll give you D-Hop, even though obviously in this universe they don't have him. At least I don't think so. I don't remember. But we're going to try to get, pick something. Seattle apparently not super hot. Yeah, they landed a terrible draft. The hell? What do they trade up to get Rodgers or something? Yeah, they're not super sold. They didn't realize how good Jair is, actually, obviously. But let's see what we can do with this. They're a pretty bad team. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that trade any day of the week. So the fact that we're able to get this from one pick behind us is quite interesting. Finally, pick 192 this year and 113 next year for first round pick this year, second round pick this year, and 19. Absolute steal if they're going to go with the cornerback, which I would assume they would. Roy Edwards. Okay, interesting. We might as well continue to swindle, right? Let's make this one a little bit more realistic. Let's trade the Chargers, who might need what we are trying to get, so at least they'll have something, some reason to trade up. Oh my god. The pure theft. The pure thievery that we are pulling off right now is absolutely insanity. I don't even know what the hell I'm supposed to be meaning there. Okay, I mean, I'll keep it going. Let's just, I think now we'll start taking players. I do have some players here. Biddle, not a bad player, but, we're guaranteed someone good here. Another DN. Nobody wants the corners, huh? But, who do you want at cornerback? You have Newell, who is insanely fast, but then you also have Birmingham, who is, not as fast. I mean, they're both so good. You get the same man coverage, you get the same awareness, and it's like, do you like press or play rec better? Press is probably better, so I don't know. It's a 50-50 ball. I know what we're going to do, because we also have a coverage linebacker that I do want to take. So we're going to take the coverage linebacker. You're not getting the guaranteed coverage, but you are getting the youth as well. So I'm going to go with Dante Banks. Little bit of a low overall. Can't lie, 73 overall. His zone coverage is actually pretty decent. Man coverage is rough. Catching is terrible. Jumping is pretty good for a linebacker in the draft. Yeah, if he doesn't have better than Star, that's not a great pick. Not going to lie. Pierman, what a freaking steal. Now here we're going to the Vikings. Ironically, they're a team in real life that could really use a cornerback. Do they need one here? I have not a clue. Let's see what we can do to get from pick 10 and grab one of these. We got 3 second-round picks, 2 of them being insane. We added an extra 2 first-round picks. I mean, talk about working the draft board. Jesus. It's been so cheese. Might as well call us cheese. I'm sorry. Maybe overtrade a little bit, but Alaokan, a second-round pick next year in the first round this for 3 spots up. Once again, a little costly, but we just need one of the corners. No real guarantee on who's the best. I mean, hell, you even got Reggie Killings. By the way, look at this guy, Jimmy Mullins. We could use a pass rusher, but Jesus, Jimmy Mullins. Do we trade up for that guy? Damn. But yeah, Jermichael Birmingham is the corner. If this guy is a 78 overall, I would love to see what the other guy is. 74 catching, 76 hit power. This guy is good. Yeah, and the only problem is, not only is he wearing Devon House's number, but he's also... Wait, is that the guy? No, that's the coverage guy. The other guy's going to go anyways, though. Do we want this guy? I mean, Jimmy Mullins looks ridiculously good. Do we really need a pass rusher? I'm just going to let him go. Hopefully he's not good. Ooh, baby. What a mistake. Yikers. I mean, unless he's normal development, That is a mistake. We will obviously see if we did make one. Please, Macaulay, be there. I don't think he is. He is! Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Floyd Macaulay looks pretty good. We're going to take him. He's good. He's good. 76 overall. Pretty prototypical center. Definitely a position we needed. So, see you later, Jamal. What's his damn name? Jawan Taylor. Is it Jawan Taylor? What the hell is his name? I think it's Jawan Taylor. Trade pick 34, 36, and 177 for the Cardinals' first-round pick, which I believe was a top 5. Might have even been pick 1 this year, actually. But let's take a look at what they get. Terrible pick and terrible pick. Now, this is the one they traded for as well, and they ruined their future. Nice. We do also have a DT that looks like one of those X factors you find late in the draft, but with his age, I'm not sure. It might even be normal. He's not normal. He's definitely not normal. Obviously, a lot of people see these types of players in a user league, right? But I'm just asking for one. Just one of them. It's not that much to ask for. We have a wide receiver that, I don't know if he really even looks that great, but for a 6th-round talent, if he's there in the 5th, I'll make a trade up for him. And overall, we are looking freaking pretty. Like, so sexy, honestly. Ishmael Huggins, pretty damn fast. Excel and agility sucks, but he's got some potential, so I'm going to put him on the list of players we should go for. So the Cardinals, maybe give him a little bit of a payback in a good way, even though it's not our fault in the slightest. They just should not have sucked with the picks. I'm not going to go around and say it was the greatest trade in the history of their franchise, but it was a decent one. I mean, you're guaranteeing yourself 2 late firsts for a draft pick you don't actually know is going to be the worst again, or technically the best. And we get 3 7th rounds for a 6th round, or a 5th round pick, actually, which sometimes I think the AI gets overwhelmed with quantity. Don't care about the quality sometimes. Here's the wide receiver looking for a steal. And the only thing that was stolen were our draft picks from the Arizona Cardinals. He's 22 years old. He does have that elite speed. Meh, kicker turning, no juke ability. He's a certified bad draft pick, especially in a user league. Maybe not especially in a user league. I don't know why I always bring up a user league. I meant to say especially in a rebuild. So there is a player, too, we do want to take a look at. But first things first, let's take a look at our players. 21 years old, even if with star, he is still going to be pretty decent for us. I mean, I'll take a superstar. That's a lot better. Oh, yeah, we got to see Mullins. Oh, I forgot about him. We definitely should have traded that because we had, 34 and 36. Here's Jeromepkr Birmingham. We had a really good cornerback last draft, right? This guy might be even better because 74 catching, I think, smokes what the other guy I think had. I think the other guy had like 65, 66. 74 catching, that's exactly what Adoree Jackson has, I believe. And that man comes up with the glitchiest interception animations. And then, of course, you have the insane jumping. And then the biggest one for me was the hit power. 76 hit power has got to be near max for a rookie corner. I would love to see, I don't know how you see that, but I would love to know if it is, because it would not surprise me. It really wouldn't. Here's Macaulay looking for that superstar. Damn it. First player that's not superstar or better, but it's fine. It's an offensive lineman. It's still a good pick, even though if it is a first rounder. And then Metcalf, I'm thinking superstar or better, because of course he did. That's all right. He did have that insane look to him. We had that one time where we just rattle off 3 straight rebuilds where we just missed out on an X factor we were aiming for, but we just didn't get. Here's Newell. Of course, he was insanely fast. 96 speed, 92 excel. A bit better because he does, he has better zone. However, his hit power, which I do not see, only 3 less to be fair. What's his catching? He has a lot worse catching. So 6 worse catching, and I don't see the jumping. That's huge. I didn't even look at that. And his jumping's terrible. What's his development going to be though? Yeah, superstar. So our guy's definitely better. It's just that guy was still very good as well. So what about Pierman? There were some really good defensive backs in this class. Let's take a look at Pierman. What's his development? Star. That's a little disappointing, but obviously for the Saints, that's a really good pick. Not sure that was their number 1 need, but still. Here's Killings, another guy that was really good, and he does have development. A little raw and no catching. Wow, 58 is rough. That's brutal. And only star. Yikers. Here is Mullins. Gotta love it. Hidden. Oh, my Lord. If they actually get a guy like Mullins in real life, I retire. I quit. I quit watching the sport. 83 finesse, 75 block shedding. He could be star, and it would not matter. Oh, I'm going to be sick. Oh my God. This guy's insane. He's insane. Are you for real? 83 speed, 85 excel with a 6'5", 246-pound frame. Oh my God, look at the abilities. High motor, strip ball, spin, swim. I'm surprised they didn't give him the freaking bull rush. Jumping's not even bad. Great stamina, good injury. Toughness is, it's not terrible. That is one of the best pass rushers I've ever freaking seen. I'm trying to think if I forgot anyone, because I forgot literally that I was even recording a Madden video at that point. My life flashed before my eyes. I don't even know what to tell you. He's in the division. I'm scared. By the way, I don't know why he's in free agency, but by the way, sometimes I do get a little bit of time because, I'll be looking through free agents. Of course, this rebuild, not so much. This will be a little bit quicker outside of the 1 hour it takes to do the fantasy draft itself. But I get a little bit of time doing free agents, looking for guys and realistic ones. So if you guys have any suggestions on things I should watch, like YouTube series, I don't know, freaking Netflix, something, let me know. Give me, you'd be like, hey, nobody watches my favorite show, My Little Pony Princess Rescue Warriors. I don't freaking know. And you're like, bro, this is like the top-notch, pony adventure series on the internet. Just don't be like that guy. It's like, you should watch this guy named Jeromepkr. So, I'm sorry, that was very cringe. I would be honored if you made that joke in my behalf. Shagamondik. Is that what his name is? Shamonik. Shakmande. Headed to the playoffs. It's going to be a close one. I'm not even sure if we're going to make it. And we do. Barely. 10-5-1 over the Bears. Don't know how the hell we barely made that. Barely get it. We had a very rough stretch of games. That last 6 technically. Can count the Jags too because you should have played a little bit better there. But yeah, not a great stretch. 4 out of the 6 games were losses. Looked like it was going to be another really good season. 13-3-ish. 11-5, 13-3. Russell Wilson's touchdowns are down a lot. Yards are pretty similar. Rushing touchdowns not really up by much. Maybe like a touchdown or two, if that. I think it was 7-7-4. It's pretty similar. It might be even worse. So we just weren't scoring touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, of course, is about to be a X factor. Maybe the scheme needs a little bit of changing. I'm not sure yet. Sack totals, Myles Garrett, a little bit of a down year, but still double digits. Picks, terrible. Myles Garrett is tied for the most picks on the season, which is just not good. If he went off and had like 7 picks or something, okay, fair enough, but he had 1. Yeah, that's horrendous. Tyreek Hill is the kick returner. Take a look at the awards. Russell, I don't know how is at number 3. Should not even be close. Number 2 on Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC side. Pierman with Birmingham right behind him. What about Mullins? Mullins and then Hallman. Number 3 for the Vikings on Offensive Rookie and Defensive Rookie of the Year awards. It's already got Best Wide Receiver. The rest, pretty close to award wins, but not quite actually winning. Once again, I'm not sure how we got a bye week, but I will definitely take it without a doubt. So we're going against the Falcons, apparently. We're a 91 overall after winning a Super Bowl. Things have got to be looking pretty damn good around here. Really good offense, of course, with a really decent-looking offensive line. And then amazing offensive line. Banks is a 79 overall, almost has his ability. Cornerback, of course, Birmingham is an 83 overall with shutdown and tip drill. Tip drill kind of sucks, but shutdown. I've been letting the AI develop hands, so let's see what they've been doing. 89 block shed, 82 power move. That's really good. Maybe need to replace him, but I don't know if we can. I think you can't really put him at DT. We already got a couple of guys there the way it is. I'm not even sure. But either way, chance to go back-to-back, and that would be amazing. Going against the Falcons, who are an 85 overall. We are a massive 91 overall. Is it going to be upset day? Maybe not. 14-0 out the gate. Off running. 14-7, obviously. Now 17-7. Can we get some points before half? We can. Nice. Second half is underway. We just got to play average football. And that's very average. Great defense. And we have obviously done enough to make the championship game back-to-back years. Can we win another Super Bowl? This is insane by Matt LaFleur. 159 yards passing with 4 touchdowns. That is amazing from the defense. It's not often you see a quarterback throw for 4 touchdowns and under 200 yards. And, I mean, if you're seeing under 200 yards, maybe like 195, but not 150. Oh, crap, we have a lot of draft picks. I was going to trade for Nick Bosa. Oh, well. Redskins, uh-oh. Packers don't have the greatest track record with the Redskins as of late. But 83 overall team, we should be able to take care of business. Yeah, if we do a fantasy draft rebuild, we pretty much have to let the AI do it. Otherwise, it's just going to be too easy. I mean, even if you take away the cheesy first-round draft pick trading, it wouldn't have mattered. Because obviously, year 1, we did even better than, after we got rookies. So it's just a little too easy when you allow us to get whoever we want. I don't know why the hell I'm kicking the ball. Sometimes that happens, I think, when I talk too much in the intro. Huge hit by Donnerson. Jeffrey Donnerson. Well, all right, they score. Nice drive. Okay, Washington, calm the hell down. Just because I gave you some sort of history buff bull crap. Oh, my God. This is not a half that they can come back. We just can't come back from this. The Redskins have smoked us. You've got to be kidding me. 31 to, 17? Yikes. Okay, so that's definitely not how I expected to go. Sam Darnold. Okay, Josh Jacobs, really good running back. Cooper Kupp. That is not a championship-level offense, yet they played like it. More importantly, their defense played better than us. Really? Ronald Blair? Ronald Blair? We lost to Ronald Blair, Jojuan Williams. Eric Kendricks is, up and down, so I'll allow that one, but really, fellas, that's what your season's going to come down to. The championship game being a loss to the Redskins. With that bad of a roster. They have a worse roster than we started with, let alone a whole 2 years later, and I did just hawk up a loogie and spit it into my own mouth for flavor. That's gross, but, sometimes when you get beat in a disgusting... Oh, they had Mike Evans? I just didn't see him. Okay, I mean, at least I got Mike Evans. Things are looking a little bit better. Also, why is Josh Jacobs a 90? Wasn't he just... I'm so confused. My brain hurts. Am I stupid? Who did I think was 95 overall with Superstar? Was it not Josh Jacobs? Am I blind? Hello? Am I thinking of maybe Jamal Adams, perhaps? Was it Nick Chubb? It might have been Nick Chubb, actually. I think it might have been Nick Chubb, and I'm just losing my freaking mind. I actually just, melted there. Okay. Tight end, Hayden Hurst, he is at least fast. He's not great. Speaking of not great, is their offensive line. We should have smoked them. I think the biggest reason why these teams don't end up as good as us is because they're willing to take the normal dev guys that are 82, 83, 84 overall, like cornerbacks. They're willing to take a strong safety in the top 5 rounds, which I just don't think there's a single safety that you could make the argument outside of maybe Derwin James, but he goes even higher than I think might go top 3 rounds. Just not worth it. And then the biggest one has got to be taking left and right tackle, even 75 and 78 overalls when there's 84, 85 guards on the board. That's the big one. But of course, Pro Bowl, I believe we are in there, and then we are the coach. Quarterback, Russell Wilson. We got the fullback. We have a wide receiver. We have a tight end, number 3. Take it. Left tackle, left guard. We have the right guard. We have the right tackle. Oh, I almost died. Myles Garrett. Myles Jack. What are these cornerbacks? Number 1 and number 2 are 80 and 77 overall. Okay. And then that's, I believe, is it. But that's a lot of names. I will definitely take that. Super Bowl is the Colts. Wow, the Colts. We could have been back again. Are you serious? Let's take a look at that X Factor Tyreek. Boom. Boom. Love it. Tyreek Hill is now a superstar X Factor. 27 years old. Looking like a freak. Double me is a pretty damn good ability. What else do we see? A development up for Myles Garrett, who definitely did not deserve one, but he got one. And his second ability is Pass Rush Elite, which is nice. You also do see a dev up from Myles Jack. Some very nice development ups from these players. Secure Tackler, almost to his second one. And I think that is it. But that is still a really good couple of dev-ups. You know, there are 2 set of dev-ups. I will take that any day of the week. I think it was 2, was it? Tyreek, right end, linebacker. I think it was only 3. Yeah, it was only 3. I was thinking of Matt Breida, but he didn't get one. And I believe we're going to be needing to sign some actual good players soon. So, Patrick Ricard, he was the Pro Bowl fullback, though. Do we just pay him? 2-year, 9.3? Happy to resign. I mean, it makes sense. Irv can't do it. Hines could do it, but we don't need to. Jawan should have traded. Same with the other guys that we're losing. Amani, no, I love you. I love you so much, but we can't do it. I'm sorry. I mean, we'll take a look at free agency, but you guys see our cap room. We're not the only team with that cap. Irv getting to free agency, obviously going to draw some heads. Don't know why draw some heads came into my head, but it did. Not really much you can do here, as expected. And Desir is a free agent. And somehow also, yet again, a superstar development. I don't know who at EA loves their freaking, their Desir, but could you not? Could you slow down, please? You're scaring me. All right, so we have a defensive end. We have some later first-round players. Ooh, there's the defensive end already. I can't really afford to go that high up. Geez, another one, too. Damn, son. These players are a little bit higher than I would have liked them to be. We give up 14, a third round, and Wilkins for pick 6. Of course, if we do end up with a D-end, we will end up putting Hand at DT. So as long as this guy isn't normal development, I think we made the right choice. This is what our draft board looks like. Okay, didn't I? Just forgot to put him on the list. There's a lot of good ones here. It's just none look as good as D'Angelo Neal. Maybe we could have waited. Now we're just going to take him now. A little bit on the slower side, but that A- finesse, the B+ hit power, youngest of all the players available, I think he's worth taking. And he is. Okay, so number 4, we've had a player like this with that like face model before. Of course, there's not a whole lot of different varieties in the game, but ooh, I believe 84 finesse is pretty. I think 85, 86 might be the highest a rookie can have. That's really good. He's got decent power move, decent block shed, good strength for a finesse type. Stamina is terrible, but hopefully that doesn't matter in sim. What the hell? 80 overall lineman. I mean, of course, we didn't have anyone that high. We have Jonathan Wilson. I don't know if we'll go for him. And then Kyle Beach. Both look pretty decent. But the next pick would be Chris Raymond or the running back. The reason why I'm going to go with the running back is because Breida, I believe, needs a contract. And if this guy is superstar or better, he could do exactly what Breida was able to do for us. It's just we won't have to pay him as much, technically. So we're going to go with Chris Raymond, though, because we need number 3 corner. We got to pay some more guys as well, which, once again, I'd rather just go with a guy with development potential. Ooh. Okay, so now this is another really good player, but normal development. Opposite this time, he's a better zone player, really good speed. That sucks. Normal development, but, I mean, it's still a good pick, but it's not as good of a pick as it could have been. And now with pick 19, 3 first-round picks yet again. We're going to go with Deontay Griffey. He looks by far the best running back available, so we're going to take him. What is up with all these 78 overalls, by the way? Jesus. Okay, injuries are a bit of a problem, but stamina's great. Amazing catching. This guy is very talented. A lot of different routes you could take him. I think our next pick is, if we want to go with the tackle, we could. But, I mean, look at the draft. Holy crap. This draft is insane, but I think we'd probably rather go with the left end. The left guard. Thank you. Figured it out. We trade 21, 8-man, and 4th round next year for the Seahawks pick, which is projected to be like 14. I don't know why it says 2, because we traded for their pick again, yet it wasn't very good. We're going to go with 59 in the 2nd round and 84 for the next year pick. If the left guard is there, we'll take him. Of course, we do have a safety later as well. That could be decent. Let's take a look at Beach. Beach is not there, unfortunately. We have this guy who's ridiculously, he's got a lot of potential. Of course, he is a safety position we don't necessarily need, but we'll keep moving down, keep gathering picks. I think we'll use a late 3rd on that guy just because his potentials are absolutely insane. So we might as well take the risk. Here is Stuart Lamb. Of course, we don't know his combine grade, but top skills, A- hit power, A- pursuit, B awareness. This guy's got to be a really good overall. Ooh, he is. but he's a little raw. Normal development, decent hit power. A- being 83 is rough. He's got the same face model as Rashaan Evans, I believe, which is really interesting. Good catching for his safety. Yeah, not for us. If you're going to use the guy, not bad at all. Really good steal, but for us personally in this rebuild, completely useless. So a bad pick there. Let's trade this away for next year and then move on. Jarrett Lowry, good-looking kicker. Great skills. Awareness sucks, but we're going to take him anyways. And he looks good indeed. Hidden development. 93 kick power. Decent speed. This guy's... Okay, I don't know why you'd be doing like a muscular pose. He's a kicker, but hey, I like the enthusiasm. Absolutely useless. I don't really care what his development is because I'm not going to start him, but I'm a firm believer in take whoever the hell is decent looking, and he was decent looking, so that's who we're going to take. And a superstar defensive end. All right. I'll take a superstar defensive end. And I forgot he's normal development. You see a high overall, and you're thinking, yeah, probably pretty decent, right? Here's Deontay Griffey. Let's take a look at what he looks like. Okay, superstar development. What ethnicity is he? I can't tell. Like, it doesn't really matter too much to me, but I don't know, it's just interesting. Like, it almost felt like he's kind of Spanish. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? That'd be kind of cool. Of course, another normal development. That's kind of stupid. Let's take a look at Lowry. Why does his face look like that? Lowry with superstar. Okay. That's very interesting. It'd be kind of cool. I know it's really freaking rare, but like if every I don't know, 7 or 8 drafts, you seen like one player with like a deformity or something, that'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of unique. Here's Byram, which is the exact same name as Jose Byram, which is really interesting. I don't know if there was some brother news story, but that's really cool. Star development. What was his weight? He's got the face of someone that's weighing 300 pounds, but the body of someone that's not weighing 300 pounds. Which is, it's something. It's definitely something. Jose Byram looks a little bit better for sure. A lot of bit better. Wow, that guy is very good. Did we make a mistake? Kinda. What pick was he? Right before us? A little bit before us, but we still landed a great player. Well, we did get this guy, Earl Colbert, two-way player here, looking, two-way, kinda, you know what I mean? Star development, yeah, our guy was definitely better. Let's take a look at some of the overalls here. So, it does drop a little bit. I think maybe we're just kind of fortunate with the way we saw things. Stuart Rutland, this guy's ridiculous. That could be, depending on his development here. Okay, star. If he had superstar... That's a top 5. That's a top 5 lineman I've ever seen in a rookie class. That is beyond insane. Let's see what the highest overall is here. We have an 80. We have Flemings. This is a guy better than our guy, perhaps. A little bit slower. Good catching as well. Interesting. It'd be kind of cool to see what this guy's overall is at receiver. I kind of want to see what our guy's overall is at receiver. Of course, you guys know that in a rookie class, running backs are super, super easy to get. There's like 3 or 4 decent ones every year. So I would love to see Griffey at wide receiver. He's superstar development right now, but it obviously doesn't matter. So 78 overall running back, I believe, at a 71 wide receiver. Okay, so that's, there's options for that. There's a future in that market, I suppose. Interesting. Question is, do we trade Matt Breida, who needs a contract? We don't really need anything, but why not? We have Griffey, who's 9 overalls less, but he's not much slower. He's same excel, same agility, has a bit more, 4 years to catch up with speed/excel in the department of trying to catch up to him. Of course, it doesn't really matter too much, and he's a lot better in the receiving game. So, I don't see why we wouldn't, right? I don't see, might as well. We trade Matt Breida, McCall Hardman, and a 5th-round pick for the Raiders' 1st-round pick, which is an absolute steal for them. But it's fine by us because we can't afford everyone, obviously. We trade pick 28, 60, and Levi Wallace to move with the Browns for 11 and 62. Obviously, we don't know the projections we can completely miss. But we already won year 1, and this is the final year, so I don't even care if we miss. It's untrue, but I'm just going to say that in case we do miss and I don't feel as bad. Here we go with the starting roster for the final season. Obviously, it's by far the best in the league. Again, Neal's going to be starting at left end, and then we have Deshaun Hand bumps up to an 88 overall DT. Of course, very beastly. 89 block shed with 82 power move. Really, really good stuff. And then cornerback, I would have expected Birmingham to be a little bit better this year, but, well, last year, but here he is, still an 83 overall, looking like he probably could go to an 87, 88. We make the playoffs, so we'll have a really good chance to make a push for the Super Bowl yet again. All right, we have some re-signings. Let's take a look at who they are. Will Hernandez, man, this team is going to go broke. Will Hernandez, let's go with a 6-year deal. Surprised he's an 87 overall. He's maybe sliders a little high for our liking. Let's give a Noah Fant 7-year deal. Can't go wrong with a 23-year-old with super speed. Aldrick Rosas, he was really good for us last season, so let's just give him a 5-year deal now. Got to pay a kicker at some point. Anyways, excited to sign. Glad to hear it. Michael Dixon. Punter isn't that important in rebuild, so I think we may let him go. Obviously, you don't need money right now, but you will next season, trust me. Headed to playoffs for our final season with our God squad. We get another bye week. 13-3. We're back on top. Let's take a look at who we took a loss to. We took a loss to the Browns. Fair enough. Probably a decent roster. Steelers, I don't know. And Bengals, I don't know. The Bengals are actually pretty decent. They were a playoff team, so it doesn't actually shock me too much. We don't know the team, so we can't really tell how how fair it is. 40 touchdowns, 7 picks, 3,800 yards passing. Griffey, not bad at all, honestly. Yards per carry was a little down, but 9 touchdowns, 1,162 yards isn't bad for a rookie. And then yards for Tyreek. Doesn't really matter. He's already an X factor. Comes down to how we, if we win, not how we win, and we did it. Jonathan Allen with 9.5. Neal with only 5, which is brutal. Picks were a lot better this year, but still a little bit lacking for that sack department, which is, what leads to good defenses. Looking at the awards, Russell played really well. He's number 5 on MVP this time, which is kind of weird because last year he was number 2 and he played pretty poorly. Passing, number 2. Griffey was the best offensive rookie, and then the best defensive goes to Neal. Best QB, Russell Wilson. Best O-line, we had the top 4, and then McCauley at number 10. Nice, absolutely insane. Imagine having pretty much the entire offensive line for the number 1, 2, 3, 4. That's insane. Let's take a look at the upgrades. Nothing too great. I probably should have taken a look at Griffey a little bit more myself. I did upgrade his elusiveness a bit, but the AI might have went with... No, I think they went with elusive as well. He's still a little raw, but he's very fast. Went up in an excel, agility, and speed on the season, which is pretty impressive. I don't know about anyone else, but that's the kind of guy I was paying attention to. Neal had a pretty good season for upgrading as well, as he went up to like 87, maybe 89, 90 finesse. There we go, though. Let's go. 82 overall Cardinals. We obviously crushed that. I expect at least a championship game, obviously, with this game being pretty much a guaranteed win. Look at this. I like this atmosphere. This weather is beautiful. Going to the end of the game, I don't know who starts with the ball. Apparently them, left to right, touchdown. Really? Really? We get a touchdown. Really long drive, though. Defense doing its damnedest. 14-7, start of the second half. 21-7. It was looking pretty bad for us, but now it's looking decent. We should really be putting up more points in this, but defense is doing its job. Offense is not, and it's going to be a game of overtime. Are you serious? Did we really just lose? I think we might have broken the game as well. You've got to be kidding me with this game. I'll show you the stats, but I'm going to not force win, but I'm going to force quit my game. 2.8 per. Wow. I'm going to force quit my game and sim it and see what happens. If we still lose, it's going to look really pathetic, but let's take a look. We win 14-9. At the end of the day, I really could give a care less who wins, because at the end of the day, we clearly built the best, pretty much the best possible roster we could. So I don't think there's much more to say other than, yeah, I mean, the sim got it right the second time around. We could probably have done that another 15 times, would have hit 14 straight wins. Going against the Cowboys, I did not want to do that. 84 overall to our 93. I mean, we were an 11 overall better team. It's basically like, I don't know. It's so hard, but let's say putting the Baltimore Ravens against the... I don't freaking know. You guys always put me on the spot. The Ravens versus the Giants. I don't know. All right, right out the gate, touchdown for the Packers, 10-0. Was it an offensive start for the Cowboys and they just turned the ball over right away? Either way, it's not a crazy blowout. Okay, holy, we had a chance there to go up 31-6. We do it anyways in the second half. I mean, this is telling you how BS Sim is sometimes, right? The Cardinals beat us the first time around. We play the Cowboys, who are light years better, probably. As I say that, Ryan Tannehill shows up with 3 picks. And we smoke them. Sim is just... It's like they literally give you a 60-40 chance of winning. Of course, 60-40 is better than 50-50, but if you're telling me someone's going to put a gun to my head and say, you have a 60-40 chance of survival, I'm like, can we not do this, please? Can we? Of course, I sim the XP. Who cares? Going to the Super Bowl against the Dolphins, of course. Who wouldn't want to play against the Dolphins? 2 elite teams. Oh, God. Any development ups? Griffey, of course, was already superstar. Defensively, we received a Miles Jack upgrade to X Factor, which will definitely not cost a ton of money, right? Lurker. That's me in the shadows of a pre-game show. Pre-game show. What overall are we? 94 to their 84. Okay, so we have 10 overalls on them. The chances of us winning should be pretty freaking high. All right, starting the game, they struggle on offense. We get a touchdown from it. 14-0. Defense holds the 3. Offense gets another touchdown. It's almost like we're a really good team or something, and the Cardinals should have had 0 chance of winning. That's insane, isn't it? That's ridiculous. 31-3, who would have thought? 31-6, 38-6. I mean, I don't know why we would have won the Super Bowl after that. See, this is why these things have to happen. This is what's got to happen. You know, these are wins. This is a dynasty. Will it happen in real life? Highly unlikely, because I don't even know if Rodgers will be here in 2 more years. But I would love to at least see this one time in the next 3 years. I can retire happy. And I don't know what I mean by retire, but you put that in your own thought process. You figure out what I mean, because I don't. I don't know what the hell I'm saying half the time. Who would have known? Who would have thought that watching my videos? Griffey, is he going to be the Super Bowl MVP? I don't remember seeing a whole lot of rushing plays. It was Russell Wilson yet again with an even better performance than last time. 10% better completion percentage, an extra touchdown, I believe, and I think similar yards. The fact that I knew that the first Super Bowl completion percentage was 75% when it was 2 hours ago is pretty awesome. I mean, I like my brain sometimes. I do. Normally, I'm a little disappointed in myself, but pretty happy with that one. Hoisting the Lombardi once again, going in history as, I mean, I can't really say one of the greatest. We're already one of the greatest, but Super Bowl-wise, one of the greatest teams ever. Second best team, probably. Third, I don't know. Who cares? Once again, talking about how impressed I am with my brain, it just decides to make us look bad. Carson Wentz, 65.8 completion. Passer rating, brain. Kareem Hunt, 3.0 yards per carry is very bad. That's not good. Noah Fant seems to be on the top for receptions. Yards aren't crazy good, but Russell Wilson definitely likes Fant. Only 1 sack, which is a little surprising. No picks, especially with how bad Carson Wentz played. A little shocking on the defensive side, but defense still made its stops even without the sack totals and the interception totals, which were 0. So that's all that matters to me is wins. Matt LaFleur here is quickly climbing up. He's a level 19 coach. We have some coaching XP. I don't know if that's how you get your overall up or what's the story, but level 19. What am I thinking of here? Is it stats and then leaderboard? I think it is. Leaderboard, Matt LaFleur is already at 22-64 with 2 Super Bowl wins and 2 championships. Not bad by any means. That was the Packers fantasy draft, super fantasy rebuild, because we kind of went off the rails with some of these trades and whatnot. If you guys have any suggestions for rebuilds in the future, let me know. I think we might do another rebuild tomorrow. This time a red team. Get it like Packers and red team. It's green and red Christmas. Get it? I don't know if anyone got it, to be honest. But that's beside the point, as the video is coming to an end. If you guys like this, leave a like on the video. Maybe subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy your Christmas Eve, your Hanukkah day 3 maybe. Some other holiday if you're some other holiday person. I don't know anything. Christmas tomorrow if you're Christmas guy, woman, child, reindeer. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. And thanks for watching. Again, I said that twice. Hopefully you got eggnog. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, Santa.